I'm going to show our consumer mobile app, store kitchen, and store kiosk solutions from two perspectives. First, I want to highlight consumer capability that we think is now key for C-store merchants. Then I want to show you how all of this is configurable capability within our Affinity platform. I'm at the home page of the mobile app for Jiffy Trip, a client of ours. I chose Jiffy Trip because they've done a good job of branding their app. With our solution, branding is an exercise in styling a persistent page structure, not custom creation of an app. That's because our solutions are mobile web solutions, not custom crafted native apps. I'm not going to take up time with basic things like store list or navigation. Instead, I want to show capability for a consumer to place a mobile order and to pay for it. I also want to show where the merchant can offer deals and coupons to their consumers. And again, I want to show you how this is a configurable, not custom crafted capability within Affinity. So let's place a new order. And we'll start with the order button. And we're going to place a new order. And we're going to order from store 307. And we get our menu. And so let's see what type of hamburgers they have to offer us. And let's choose the honey pepper bacon burger. And we've got the option to remove things from the burger, but let's don't. Let's just keep everything there. We can add some things as well. So let's add ketchup to our burger. And we go next. Now we're at the order summary page, and we can either check out and pay, or we can add more things to our order if we desire, or we can just cancel the order outright. But I'm going to go ahead and check out and pay. But before I do, I'm going to come up here to the location drop down and indicate that I want to do curbside pickup. So when I arrive to the store, I want to pull into a designated parking spot, and I want the people who prepared my order at the store to bring it out to me in my car. So I've set curbside pickup. Now let's check out. I already have a credit card in my mobile wallet for the application, and that's how I'm going to pay. If I didn't already have a credit card set up, then I could choose the option to manually enter a card, and then I would then choose I want to enter a credit card, and then I'm going to just follow the bouncing ball and get my new card set up. I can either set it up one time, use it to pay for this order, or I can have the system save the card in the mobile wallet that's part of this application so that I can use it again without having to re-enter all the information. But for this particular order, I've already got a card in the wallet, and I'm going to use that to pay. So the next page that I'm presented with is a confirmation of the amount and payment source. And my order is number 78. And because I've chosen that I want curbside pickup, I have a way now to check in to let the store know where I'm parked in a designated spot for them to bring my order to me. But chances are I'm going to use my phone for other things before I get to the store. So I'm not going to have that check-in page just pulled up until I get to the store. So once I arrive at the store and I pull into a designated spot and I'm ready to check in and let the store know that I'm there, then I simply just go back into my order page, and you'll see my history, and I just take the top order off the list because that's my last order. That's the current order that I just made. And you can see toward the bottom here that I have a little check-in icon. That's a little car there. I simply click that, and I'll be brought to the check-in page. Now you can see that I have a drop-down list on the check-in page where I can indicate the designated spot that I've parked waiting on my order. So let's say that I decided to get gas. I'm at pump number 2. I then enter well, I've already got it here, but I can enter the information here for the car that I'm in so that they can easily identify me. But I'm at pump number 2, and I check in. So my check-in is then acknowledged, and now my order is probably going to come out about 1:17, around 1:20, because this is when it will be ready. Okay, so meanwhile, let's go look at what's going on in the store. So the store is using another Affinity solution that we refer to as Affinity Kitchen. And so this is a browser-based solution where when I make a order from the mobile phone, that order is then sent to the location that I ordered from. It's sent down to Affinity Kitchen so that the people who are preparing the order at the store know what to prepare. So as you can see, my order number 78 made it down to the store. Someone in the kitchen or someone in the store sees this and knows they've got to make, or somebody's got to make, a honey pepper bacon burger, and they're going to add ketchup as part of that order. Okay, so then the order is then made, and then the next thing the kitchen staff would do, or the person who's making the order, would simply bump it along. And then there is another view of Affinity Kitchen for curbside pickup orders. Okay, it's called the routing view. So once that order is bumped from the kitchen, then it goes to this view. Now this view could be running in a separate browser somewhere in the store, or you could have this view within the same browser. For this example, I'm simply showing you that this view is in a different browser running in the store. Okay, so somebody who is in charge of running the orders out to the cars would look and see that order number 78 is now ready because it showed up in his routing view, and he knows that there is a car parked at pump number 2, and it's a red Toyota Yaris. So this person then takes the order out to the car, and he's done. So he comes back into the store and he bumps the order along. Now later on, the manager or whoever is in charge of this operation at the store may want to just see that all orders have been handled and taken care of, so he can go to the routed view, and then he can see that number 78 is done. It was prepared and it was delivered to the car because it's now in the routed view. Okay, so let's go back to the mobile application, because that was a quick look at ordering, paying for an order, all through the mobile phone, and then technology that we provide along with this so that in the store, you know there's an order to prepare, what you have to prepare, and if that order is going to be curbside pickup, where the consumer is parked in one of your designated pickup spots at the store. Okay, so now I want to show you two types of consumer deals that the retailer can offer through their Affinity mobile app. A loyalty system is not required for these. These are set up and managed 100% through Affinity. Okay, the first type of deal, and let's just get into offers, is a straight offer. You get this thing for this price. And you can see an example of that with the $4.99 burger and drink deal. And so let's just touch that. And you can see that that a barcode is available to then scan at the point of sale to ring up the $4.99 Pinnacle burger and drink deal. Now, we just called it the Pinnacle burger and drink deal. You could call it whatever you want. In this particular case, it'd be the Jiffy Trip burger and drink deal. Okay. Now, the other type of deal that a retailer can offer their consumers is a coupon that can be set up as a true single-use coupon per consumer. So how do we do that? A specific coupon offer is a distinct thing within our system. So let's touch into the buy 2 Doritos, get $1 off. Okay. We use the consumer ID, the consumer who's using this mobile app, along with other information to generate a unique QR code, like you see there, that's specific to the consumer using the app to redeem the same coupon. Okay, so what that means is I, as a consumer using this app, the Jiffy Trip app, can redeem this coupon today, and I'm done. I can't redeem it again if it's been set up for single use only. But you could redeem this same coupon using your unique QR code that's generated because you haven't used it yet. Okay, so we've looked at so far, let's recap where we are. We've looked at mobile ordering, mobile payment, setting up a straight type of offer. You get this thing for that price, or a coupon. You buy these things, you buy this number of things, and you get this much off. We've seen how those are capabilities within our Affinity mobile application that a retailer can offer their consumers through their branded Affinity mobile application. Okay, so let's take a look at behind the scenes so we can see how all of this is set up. And again, what I'm showing you, what I'm going to show you, and what I want to emphasize is that Affinity solutions are configured capability, not custom code each and every time a new client signs up to use to use an Affinity solution in their operation. Okay, so let's say that we have contracted with a new retailer to set him or her up with a mobile app for consumer ordering and offers, what we just saw. Okay, so the first thing is to put the app together using our mobile application manager. Okay, so after we generate a new organization ID for that retailer, we go into our app builder capability, and you can see that the app that we were looking at was Jiffy Trip. So we're going to look at how Jiffy Trip's app was built. Okay, so from there, at this screen, new retailer, they need a new app, they need new functionality for ordering, for payment, for making offers to their consumers. So it's just a matter of going into this app builder that we've got in Affinity, that we put together in Affinity, and just getting the right pieces and snapping those pieces together to make sure that that retailer's app has the functionality that they've signed up for when they sign up for Affinity. Okay, so you can see here in the example with Jiffy Trip that we've got a module named Food for ordering. Okay, we've also got a module named Wallet for that, and we've also got a module named Offers for offers, and so on and so forth. So once we're done with the erector set, if you will, we've got a set of functionality that's now fit together for our new retailer's app. So now we've got a new retailer's app. Their consumers will be able to order from it, be able to pay from it, and the retailer will be able to create offers and coupons for his or her consumers. Okay, so we've got all this stuff about what the app can do, the functionality. Now it's time to set up where the app's going to do all that functionality. In other words, what are the locations the retailer has that the app will be in use for? Okay, so we have another piece of our setup within Affinity that we call Store Information System, or SIS. So let's take a look at that. So let's stay with the same example. Okay, so we go into Store Information System. The first thing that we've got to get into Store Information System for a retailer's organization is their stores. And we have a way to import that. We're not going to take time showing that today. It's a straightforward import of information. But once you've got that information in the system for a retailer's organization within Affinity, then you will have basic information that we then can add capability or tie to specific capability for that location. So in this particular case, staying with our example, we ordered from store 307. We went and picked up our order from store 307. And so here's the basic information about store 307. When they're open, where are they? What if I need to reach them? What's the phone number? How do I find them on a map? That type of thing. If you recall, what we did after we ordered is we drove to store 307, as an example, and we were able to check in from our car so that the store knew where we were, that we were now here, and we were ready for someone to bring our order out to us when it was ready. So if you remember, we chose from a set of designated spots to let the store know where we were parked outside for them to bring our order to. So this is this place within Store Information System, or SIS. You'll hear me say SIS. We call it SIS for short, where you would set up those parking spots. And so this is a way a retailer, location by location, can name the different spots that someone can drive to and then check in to let the store know, I am here, ready for my order. Okay, so if you remember, we had parking spot 1, 2, 3, 4. You remember we pulled into pump 2. So all of this is a configurable selection per location. Another thing that we were able to do is we were able to pay with a credit card as part of making the mobile order, so that when we pull up, we're done, we get the order, we go. So what types of payment that Store 307 can take, in other words, can Store 307 orders be paid with a credit card? Can store from the mobile application? Can stores, or does someone have to walk into the store with their credit card, pay at the register? That is also set in Store Information System, because remember, we've got this functionality, okay, in the app. We set that up. We saw how we set that up in terms of putting all those pieces fitting together. But now we're setting up where you can do all of these things store by store. So in terms of payment types, okay, in this particular case, all of Jiffy Trip's locations can take credit cards. That's what wallet payment means here. If I only not take credit cards, be able to do a mobile payment with a credit card. Okay, that's the distinction. If I did not have that set up here, then and the only thing that you saw here was pay at the store for all of Jiffy Trip's locations, then sure, someone could pay with a credit card, but they would have to walk into the store and then walk up to the register after they got their order and paid like that, or someone would have to bring out one of those mobile payment terminals and take the credit card there, at the car if they did curbside pickup. But in this particular case, Jiffy Trip enables its consumers to do a mobile payment with the credit card, so that when they drive up, they're just ready to grab that, to have their stuff brought out to them, as an example, and go. Okay, so I could have set mobile payments to only be for location 307. The other locations, okay, you would have had to have paid when you arrived at the store. Okay, but in this particular case, Jiffy Trip can take payment from all of their locations. Okay, so one other place that I want to show you here in Store Information System is setting up those offers that we talked about. So the straight offer is what we call a default offer. The coupon offer is a coupon offer. That's the type of offer. But let's take a look at the coupon. And this is our buy 2 Doritos, get $1 off. So this is where you set up the title of the offer, the description that we saw when we were in the mobile application. This item number is the actual coupon itself, and I'll show you where that coupon is set up. But that's the actual coupon itself. And then the URL points to the image we saw for the particular offer. We designate the offer as a coupon. So essentially, this is where you just configure a coupon, right, to present to your consumers. And this is something that the retailer himself would manage in the app, as is a lot of what you're seeing here once the app is built and in place. Okay. So where are we so far? So far, okay, we have seen that we've built an app that does things to help a consumer buy, and we've set up the places where all that buying will get done. Okay, so we've set up our functionality with the app builder, and we've set up where you're going to do all that stuff in terms of the retailer's locations. But to make money, we've got to set up what the consumer will buy from us. Okay, so now let's look at what I like to call the beating heart of our Affinity ecosystem, our product catalog. So the product catalog is where Affinity stays in sync with a retailer's item and price information via a consumption of APIs that we publish. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have programmers that would then use our APIs programmatically to sync up your items and prices with Affinity through the product catalog. We also provide a place here in the product catalog where you can just do an import of a item and price file using the user interface screens here with the product catalog. You also can add items manually, as I'm going to show you, but if you have a lot of items, you're certainly going to want to do an import. So let's just look at, let's just stay with the example we showed of ordering that honey pepper bacon burger, okay? I just happen to know that item is item 853. So let's just go take a look at that item in the product catalog. You can see that this is where we have the item price. This is where you can have a tax set up for the item. This tax setup is, again, another place here in the product catalog. A department, category, all that stuff. Can the item be in a menu? All of this good stuff that is set up that you typically have to have in place to be able to manage items and the information that's used when items are for sale. Okay. So this information, you could enter this information manually. You could import this information, or if you have a large organization or if you have your own programmer or what have you, and you can then access APIs where you can with a script or a program or some way of automatically entering these items when they are updated on your system, then you have a way to just update them right then and there on our system. But so there's all sorts of ways you could get the items into our product catalog, whatever makes sense for your operation. Okay, so as you can guess, the menus that we saw when we were ordering from the mobile application, okay, those menus are comprised of the items in the product catalog. Okay, so to keep it simple, we put our menu builder for Affinity, so you can build a menu to offer your consumers in the product catalog. So let's, again, stay with the example, the honey pepper bacon burger. I think I'm saying all those words in the right order, that we ordered from when we placed an order. So we just saw that item, the honey pepper bacon burger, is an item in the menu. Okay. I'm sorry, an item in the product catalog. So now let's see how that translates into a menu. So here is the menu that was associated, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute, associated with location what? Location number 307, store number 307 that we ordered from. Okay. So let's look at how a menu is set up. So a menu is a hierarchy, okay, of categories. In this case, a subcategory, a base item, and you can see this is item number 8053. We looked at that. That's the item that we have in the product catalog. So, but we've added this item now to our menu. Extra item list that contain extra items. Now, Jiffy Trip has been pretty clever with their extra item list. They have an extra item list that they call remove ingredients. And we can then make selections about what we don't want on our honey pepper bacon burger. And they also have an extra item list that we saw where we can add things that are not already on the burger, like ketchup, mustard, mayo, extra meat, that type of thing. So a hierarchy: the burger category, the honey pepper bacon burger subcategory, the honey pepper bacon burger base item, the extra item list, and then the extra item or the items that are in the extra item list. Okay, so recall that I just said that this menu that we ordered from is associated with store 307. So where's that association made? So once you build a menu of these items in the product catalog, well, you now have to associate that menu with a location so that when somebody goes to that location in the app to order from that location, you have the menu that you want them ordering from ready for that location. So this is what you do in the product catalog with menu association. So you can see the menu we just looked at, JT Menu, is associated with store 307. Okay, so that's how we got this menu versus another menu that may be set up as well. For example, store 451 is associated with example menu, another menu that we've got in our menu builder. Okay, so before we leave the product catalog, I want to make a quick stop to show you about where you set up the details for a coupon that you offer in the mobile application. So for a coupon, you would go to promos, coupons, and here is our Doritos deal. You buy 2 bags of Doritos, you get $1 off. And this is where you would set up the type of coupon. In this case, it's an amount off. This is also where you would set up the amount that the consumer is going to get as a discount if they qualify for the offer. And remember I said that you can set this up as a true single-use coupon, and this is where you would do this. In this particular case, I set it to max 50 because, again, I'm doing this demonstration and I didn't want to set up coupons over and over and over again. So I just said we could use the coupon 50 times. The same consumer could use a coupon 50 times. Obviously, that's not realistic. Typically, what you'd do is you'd set this to 1, and then when the consumer uses that coupon, a particular consumer uses this specific coupon, they're done. Okay. So in this particular case, we are indicating you have to buy 2 of this item 19233-0, and that is the item number, the G10, whatever, for Doritos. Okay, this part of our offer. Okay, so that's that. So quick tour, both of some functionality and the behind the scenes setup of that functionality. But I wanted to hit the big spots here to tie together how the ordering and offer functionality that you saw in the mobile app are configurations for a retailer, not custom development exercises by Pinnacle. Okay, so there's one other thing I want to tie together here. So far we saw how we configure the capability within the app, but there's also this piece that was at the store. If you remember, there was the Affinity Kitchen, okay, where we could present the order that was made for that store to the kitchen, or who's ever going to prepare that order, who's going to prepare our honey pepper bacon burger. And then when it's ready, another view at the store of there is a order number 78, as an example, that includes a honey pepper bacon burger with ketchup added, that needs to now be taken out to this location outside because this consumer chose to do curbside delivery. Okay, so let's look at the setup for that. So if we go back to Affinity Kitchen, this again, like all of our Affinity applications, are browser-based applications. Okay, so we're going to go into setup for this particular browser, and we can see that again we're associated with store number 307. So that meant that when an order is made for 307, it goes to this browser-based view for Affinity Kitchen. Okay, and then how do I know that it went to the kitchen? How do I know this browser is the browser the kitchen's using? I set it up in kitchen mode. That, if you recall, that's where we saw the order come through, and of course now the order is in history. Okay, but now that's where the order came through to the kitchen because we set this up in kitchen mode. Now, in the other browser, we set that other browser up. We'll just stay with this browser. The one where the runner is watching to see what he needs to take out to cars. That browser is set in routing mode. Okay, so that browser only gets a view of that order, okay, when the kitchen is finished with it and it's ready to be taken out to the car. And when it's ready to be taken out to the car, well, where is the car? That view also uses the check-in that driver used to say, I'm in this spot. So when the order is ready and the kitchen bumps it along, and then when the driver checks in, that's the information that is presented to the routing view so that the runner knows there's this order and there's somebody sitting in their car in this spot and I need to take the order out to them. Okay, so recall that we just looked at product catalog, and we saw in product catalog that you can set up a menu and you can associate that menu with a location. Okay, so once a menu is associated with a retailer's location, it's not only available for our mobile ordering solution with the retailer's Affinity mobile app. If the retailer also signed up for the Affinity store kiosk solution, then that menu would be used for that location as well with the browser-based kiosk that is the Affinity store kiosk solution that Pinnacle offers. Okay, so let's look at an example of that. We have another retailer, okay, that uses both our Affinity mobile app solution and our Affinity store kiosk solution to provide their consumers a way to order food from their kitchen. Okay, so if you let's just look at an example here from Get and Go, this other client of ours. Let me go back to where I'm. Okay, So we're going to place a new order there. And we go to Market Deli number 4, and let's just order something simple. Let's just order a biscuit. Let's just order a plain, let's order a bologna biscuit. That sounds good. So we're going to order a bologna biscuit. We check out. We saw all that already, right? So let's just leave that where it's at. If we walk inside the store, Get and Go is a retailer that also uses our store kiosk solution. And like the Affinity Kitchen, this is a totally browser-based solution. Now, what do you see here? When you look at this menu, that's running on a browser-based kiosk inside the store, and what do you see with this solution? Let me just cancel this and get back to a menu. That is the mobile application. You see the same menu, do you not? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, appetizers, specials. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, appetizers, sides, and specials. So one menu, one time. So the advantage here, and let's just order the bologna biscuit from here as well. So we're going to order the bologna biscuit there. And where's the bologna biscuit? Right here. So we're going to add that to our order. And now we're going to check out. And we're going to get a ticket that's printed at the kiosk that we then take to the register and pay, because this is an in-store kiosk. Okay. So the thing I want to emphasize here is that you're presenting, no matter how you're presenting a menu to a consumer, it's the same look and feel. Okay. The customer sees the same menu regardless if he or she is ordering from a phone or from the kiosk inside the store. It's still the same code based, and guess what? It's still all configurable, still all browser based. Okay. So the last thing that I want to show you today is a single sign-on portal for retailers to manage and report on their Affinity solution. So I'm not going to get into the management aspect. The portal essentially will allow you to have one place to go to where you can get into product catalog, to where you can get into store information system, like we saw, so that you can just have one place to go to add an offer, one place to go to add items to a menu, add items to your product catalog that you want to get into a menu, and set up coupons and all those types of things we just looked at. Okay. But let's look at today. When we look at Affinity Central, I want to emphasize the reporting aspect of Affinity Central. As you can guess, we generate a lot of data on behalf of the retailer. And so we're using Affinity Central as a way to help that retailer gain insights into their operation. One of the reports that you'll get, I call it a report, it's really a dashboard, but one of the things you get with Affinity Central is a dashboard. Okay, so at any point in time, you can see the activity flowing through your Affinity solution, and the value of that activity that's flowing through your Affinity solution by today, for this week, or for this month. Okay. Now we realize that the retailers also need some more granular information. Okay. And so we have the ability to generate reports based on orders placed, so you can get a bit more detail about what people are ordering. Same thing on coupons redeemed. I'm not going to take up a lot of time going into this. I did generate a sample orders placed report. Okay. So you can see two types of orders here. So you've got order number 215 at store 40. The user, and this is what this particular user, the name he used when he signed up for the retailer's mobile application, used the name Christopher. Okay, so you can see when the order was created. You can see when it's scheduled for. You can see when it was completed, the time it was completed. the payment method in this particular case, the person chose to pay at the store versus using mobile payment. Or maybe this retailer did not offer mobile payment as a payment type. And guess where that would be set up? In the store information system that we just looked at for that particular location for that particular retailer. And so you can also see the details about what was ordered. In this particular case, looks like this person, Christopher, ordered a big old burger. He wanted double meat, large potato wedges. So this is certainly someone who has a large appetite. Now, you can also see that there was an order placed. This retailer also uses our kiosk solution, browser-based kiosk solution for ordering. So you can see, again, this was at store 35. They used kiosk number 3. And again, at that point, you get essentially the same information. Obviously, it's a kiosk, so you are going to pay at the store. So we don't designate that like we do at the mobile. And this particular person ordered the double turkey, and you can kind of see the amount of money that was charged for each of these pieces, and the total, etc., etc. Okay. So reports like these are what we pull from the data to help the retailer have a good understanding of what's going on with their business. So let's go back to the window that we were just at. Okay, Affinity Central. So I want to show you one other key thing with Affinity Central. We're a big believer in folding in Google Analytics to our clients' Affinity solutions. While our clients can go to Analytics directly, we do provide easier to digest summations to help our clients know where they can start looking for insights when they choose to dive deeper into Google Analytics. After all, these are mobile web applications, and so they're well suited for Google Analytics type data gathering on how you're doing with that particular solution. And we're always thinking how we can make those deeper insights more easily consumed. So let me just show you really quickly here. So, in this particular case, we're showing a retailer new signups to their mobile applications. This particular retailer also purchases a loyalty solution from us that a mobile application user, a new user who signs up for their mobile app, can also, through the mobile app, sign up for the loyalty system. So you can kind of correlate those two aspects as well. You can see number of sales by state, and just other information as well. I'm not going to let a lot of this stuff render in the interest of time. So let's go ahead and move on. I think that's about all the time that we have for today. And by now, you can guess my big takeaway. Because we use the same code base across all our clients, your Affinity solution is configured, not custom developed. And once we use our erector set, our mobile application builder, and we build your solution, guess what? All that stuff you saw me do in the product catalog to get items in there, to set up your menus, to associate your menus with locations, to be able to set up locations in terms of getting curbside pickup ready, determining what types of payment, mobile payment, pay in the store for either all your locations or some of your locations, all of that type of stuff that's set up in store information system, along with the stuff I just mentioned that's set up in product catalog. All of this stuff you set up, you can do. Obviously, we'll help you when you're getting started, but we put you in control of your mobile app. You want to add a new coupon? Add a new coupon. You don't have to wait on Pinnacle. You want to add another straight offer? You get this for that. You do it. You don't have to wait on Pinnacle. So it's your app. This is for your clients. I mean, your consumers, and you're in charge of it, right? So in charge of it in a good way, we're always there to help. We're always there to consult, but you decide when, you decide what you're going to offer your consumers and where you're going to offer your consumers with our mobile web solutions that includes our mobile app, well, in terms of what I showed you today, which we do have more stuff, but in terms of what I showed you today, our mobile app, our Affinity Kitchen views for both preparing orders and for knowing which order to run out to a car and where that car is, our kiosk solution. And then with all of this, you get our Affinity Central, where you can have easy access to the places where you will add items, set up menus, set up coupons, set up offers, determine payment types, all of this kind of good stuff. And then also most significant, being able to get reports and insights into the activity and transactions that you're running through that Affinity system and what the value of those transactions are. Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you for your time and listening.